Hi there, Lindsay here, the Frugal Crafter. Today I'm going to show you how you can decorate these cute little macaroon boxes so that you can gift jewelry in them to your bridesmaids at your wedding or use them as cute tea party favors. These boxes are from Paper Mart, our sponsor. You can check them out online at www.papermart.com, and they have all sorts of really fun party favors. Painting these boxes only takes about 3 minutes each. Putting the little drawer pull in there is really quick and easy too. And I'm going to show you how to put the boxes together as well. They come in packages of 25, so it certainly is not too much product to handle if you're getting ready for a party. In fact, it's just about perfect. So let's go to the table and see how it's done. Okay, the first thing you're going to do is take the sleeve from your macaroon box and place a stencil over it and just stencil it with white paint. I like to use the heavy body white paint. It's a little thicker and it covers a little bit better, so you can use a foam brush or a stencil brush to stencil that. I already did that, so here is the box I already stenciled, and you're going to want a half-inch to quarter-inch, half-inch flat brush. I think a quarter-inch is a little bit easier for a beginner to handle. I'm going to zoom in just a little bit so that you can really see the detail of me painting and what my paint's doing here. And what you want to do is get half your brush in the pink and half of your brush into the white, and then you're going to work them out together so you end up with a nice blend. See that? And then just kind of dip your brush in again, both colors, so that you'll have plenty of paint on your brush to do this technique. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to keep your light side to the top, and you're going to make an upside down U. See that? Then right kind of overlapping it, you're going to do a right side up U, and that makes a cute little rosebud. And you're going to make 3 of those. I'm going to reload my brush again just in case I don't have enough to do each one. If you find that you have like a where you didn't quite meet in the middle, just go ahead and do that bottom U over again, pressing down more on your brush to give you a thicker swash of color. Load up one more time and put one more on there. You can move your box if it makes it more comfortable for you. Alright, and if you're not happy with the shape, just kind of go over it. It's not a big deal. See, you can paint right over it. Not a big deal at all. Now I'm going to take a liner brush, which is just a brush with long, what do you want to call it? Bristles. Yeah, there we go. There's the word. And we're just going to make a few stems. I'm using like a navy blue and an appley green, and for the stem that was kind of like a wine red and white, and I've got a little purple in there for the blueberries we're going to do in a little bit. Now to put our little bit of leaves on our blossoms, we're going to just load up our, let's do the green and the blue. Let's give a nice dark leaf here. Let's see. And the stroke for the leaf is basically just you touch the chisel edge of your brush down, you press and lift. My brush feels a little wet. I just washed it. I'm going to wipe it off and reload it. If the water feels the paint feels too inky, then wipe it off and reload it. And I'm just going to do little bitty leaves in there. And then I'm going to put a bow on this, very simply. I'm going to take my red paint again, the same brush, and I'm going to load it up just like I did before. You don't even have to be as careful as you did before, because you want a lot of paint. You want to have highlights and shadows. So I'm just going to just very loosely paint a little ribbon. See, I'm not really paying too much attention to how I load it. I want just a nice loosey-goosey mussy tied ribbon, and then the little knot in the center is simply just a little squash of paint. So that's how you do the rosebuds. Isn't that easy? All right, blueberries are just as easy. We're going to start with our liner brush and our green, and if you don't like these colors, switch it up. Use whatever colors you like. Honestly, it doesn't matter. Whatever you like. You do want your paint a little inky for the vines because you want your paint to flow, and I am just going to do some swirly lines. If you're a beginner, I recommend that you practice this on like a piece of plexiglass or glass or your palette or scrap paper, just until you get the hang of it. And I'm just going to throw a few little vines in there. Look at that. See, it looks like a big hot mess right now. Don't worry, it's going to be fine. So I'm going to grab a little more blue because my blue is pretty well contaminated. Let's stick it next to my purple there. And I'm going to use this fancy tool called my fingers to do the painting. See, everything you need to know for this project you learned in preschool. And I'm picking up blue, purple, and some white. If I can get any of the white on there. And I'm simply just going to gently dot in some berries. So you're getting kind of your highlighting and your shading and everything all done at once. If you're on a seam there, you'll have to press a little harder. That's why I said stencil on the side without a seam. At least I think I said that. If not, I'm saying it now. And you put them together in little clusters. And then after you've done that and you're happy with the shape of them, could use like a big Q-tip or something if you didn't want to get your fingers all dirty. Those aren't very circular, but you get the gist. Go in with your liner brush and that navy paint, midnight blue, whatever you want to call it, and add those little blossomy parts on the blueberry. It's like kind of like the opposite of where the stem is. Just those little, I don't know, bloom kind of things that are on there. Just kind of put those in there. I'm from Maine. We see blueberries on everything. Of course, I don't know what the things are called. You can also fill in with your liner brush if you're on the seam there. So try to remember to stencil on the other side that doesn't have the seam because it's going to be a lot easier. And then the icing on the cake here, this is a neat little trick that I'm going to share with you. Take a little white paint. I'm going to have to get some fresh because mine's all contaminated there. A little bit of white. Use your liner brush, and you might need to make it a little bit inky for this just by adding a little bit of water. And go in and just kind of give it a little bit of a highlight, and that just makes it look so much more pulled together. And these are just favor boxes. Nobody's going to judge you on it. Just, you know, they're fun to paint up for a party and so easy. And look how cute that is. It was just really easy. Took us minutes to paint. Okay, one more thing I want to show you, and that is how to put the cute little handle on our box and how to fold up this box. So let me zoom out here. I apologize in advance for the glare on my table, and I hate to waste this paint, but I am going to wipe this off because I don't want that all on the outside, the inside of my box there. I'm just going to wipe that off my plexiglass surface. Alright, so I apologize again for the glare, but this is what we got. We have a box, and you'll notice one side has bumpy score lines and one side has indented score lines. You want to put the indented score lines down because that's the outside of the box, and that's what you're going to be folding against, so you want it to be neat. So fold in both sides like that, and then you're going to pinch these two corners in. You're going to fold up this end, stick it in there, and there are two little tabs that are just kind of pinch in there and lock it. They're going to lock it in. Okay, I'm going to do the same thing to the other side. It's just a pinch and fold. Alright, now that you've got this put together, let me zoom in just a little bit because that glare is really driving me bananas. Then you're going to take a paper piercing tool, and this is how you're going to get the cute little decorative knob on there. Poke it through both layers. Be careful not to, you know, impale yourself. And take a little piece of Kraft wire. This is just some gold wire. It's actually copper. From the Kraft store. I think it's like about $4 a spool, regular price. And then you're going to take a small acrylic bead, or whatever kind of bead you have on hand, something with a big enough hole to go through one strand of the wire here. A little E bead would work fine. Get it into about the middle point and fold your wire in half. That's going to be a little stopper. It's going to make a stopper. And then take a large acrylic bead, and these are so fun. These are by Jesse James. And I got them at Joann's, and you get a big bag for $5, and they're really sparkly. They're really fun to make jewelry with because they don't add a lot of weight because they're acrylic. And then you want to stick both ends through the hole you punched in the box. Easier said than done. It's easier if they're actually a little bit different in length because then you can get get one through and then the other. For goodness sake, go in the hole. There we go. So there we got our little pull on there. Now on the inside, you're going to use your pliers to twirl the ends into a little spiral here. You don't have to be perfect. This is basically just going to keep the the little knob there from pulling out. Do that on the other side. Now what you want to put in these favor boxes is completely up to you. You could do like candied almonds, you could do macaroons. These are macaroon boxes after all. What I would probably do, because I'm not much of a baker, is I would like fill it full of probably nail polishes and fun stuff like that for like a little girl's tea party. I think that would be really cute. So there is the knob. So this is still wet, but this is the first one I painted, so it's going to be drier than the other one. These do dry. These acrylic paints dry really quickly. And I'm just going to slide this into the sleeve, and look what a cute favor box we've made in just a matter of minutes. Do this assembly line style and you'll be done in no time. I want to thank Paper Mart for generously sponsoring this video. You can find these sliding macaroon boxes in quantities of 25 or 100 at Paper Mart. Check them out online at www.papermart.com. You can click on the link below if you want to go directly there. And they make you look even better. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time, happy crafting!